All right, so for today, we will be doing our grade 2 English lesson on time and order. So we'll be doing our grade 2 English lesson on time and order, right? And before we start with time and order, you're going to log into the aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged into aplusstudents.ca with your username as well as your password, and then you're going to select the subject of language arts, grade 2. All right, once we have selected our subject of language arts, grade 2, now we're going to select the chapter of, we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of time and order. So time and order, right? So our chapter for today is time. And under the chapter, the two lessons that we are going to be focusing on is to identify time order words. So we're going to identify time order words, and we're going to put the sentences in order. All right, so now we're going into the first lesson, which is identify time order words. Sorry. All right, so with identifying time order words, time order words can help show when things happen, right? So it will help us when things happen. So some time order words, they tell that a sentence is about the past. Some can even tell us about the present, or that the sentence is about the present. Or some time order words, they can tell that a sentence is about the future, right? It must still happen. Example. In our examples, right? If we look at a few examples, we went to the zoo today. We went to the zoo today, right? Tomorrow, we will go to the park. Now, we are eating dinner. And we will go to bed soon. Right? So this is these are but a few examples of time order words. It basically tells when something happens, right? Or it shows us things happen. So if we even look at, for example, we went to the zoo today, right? We said that some sentences can either tell us about the past, it can tell us about present, or it can tell us about the future. So the word today, we went to the zoo today, right? It tells us about the present day, right? Because we went today. Tomorrow, we will go to the park, right? Which tells us about the future. So if we go back to the first sentence, we went to the zoo today, right? So as much as it happened today, right? The word went If we look at the word went within that sentence, we went, right? Remember the past tense of go? Go is now. We go to the zoo today, meaning it's happening now. But went, it shows the past. So as much as it's today, but it has passed already, right? It has passed already that we went to the zoo today. Tomorrow we will go to the park. That shows future, or the future, or tells us about the future. Now we are eating dinner. This is telling us about the present. And we will go to bed soon, and we talk about the future. Right? So sometime order words that tells us about they can either tell us about the past, they can either tell us about the present, or they can tell us about the future. And we just need to carefully listen to or read basically as to what the wording or the sentencing says, right? Are they talking in the manner of they went, which is the past tense? Will go is future, meaning that they need to still go. They haven't gone yet. Now is the present because it's happening now. And we will, it is telling us about the future. We will go. Not now, but soon, meaning it is telling us about the future. So some of the time order words, right? We put things in order. So with some of the time order words, we put things in order. For example, firstly, or first, next, or first, second, third, and last. So in this case, we can say first, next, then, finally, right? So the word first, it says first, oopsie, first, I got out of bed. I got dressed next, which means it's after. Then I had some food afterwards. Then finally, lastly, meaning that is the last thing that happened was I went to school. Finally. So these are some of the time order words that put things in order, right? So we can say first, next, then, finally. Or you can say first, second, third, and last, or finally. All right. All right, so now if we look at the sentences, we need to find the one time word. We need to find the one time order word. Next, Sasha puts her clothes away. So if we were to identify the time order word within that sentence, we would identify next, right? Which means that Sasha did something before she put her clothes away. So next is our time order word. So we need to find one-time order word within the next sentence. Will Mrs. Preston finish her book tonight? Will Mrs. Preston finish her book tonight? Right? So which means that tonight is our time order word. When? Night. So we need to now find 3 time order words, right, within this sentence. Clayton and Tessa are going to the dance tomorrow. Tessa is finishing her dress now. Clayton will buy a suit tonight. So we are going to be selecting 3 time order words, right? It's like the order in which it appears or the order in which, for example, something is done. So in the first sentence, right, it says Clayton and Tessa are going to the dance tomorrow. So we're going to select tomorrow. When? Tomorrow, right? Are going. Future. Tessa is finishing her dress now. Tessa is finishing her dress now. So now, right? It shows the present. And then Clayton will buy a suit tonight. And then we have tonight. So if we look at our 3 time order words, we have tomorrow, we have now, and we have tonight, right? So that is our 3 time order words. It's telling us the things that they will be doing, right? For example, Clayton and Tessa are going to the dance tomorrow. Like asking yourself, when? Tomorrow. Tessa is finishing a dress now, which is in the present. And Clayton will buy a suit tonight, right? Which is future. All right, let's do test. So we need to find one word, we need to find the one time order word. So the farmer will put the ponies in the barn soon. Is it soon or is it ponies? Soon or ponies? The one time order word. The farmer will put the ponies in the barn soon. All right, so if we look at one time order word, remember it's telling us when something is happening, right? So we can say it's soon. So soon is our word. Find the one-time word. Ruth brought Ruth brought candy for everyone yesterday. So Ruth brought candy for everyone yesterday. So we need to select the one-time order word. Is it yesterday or is it brought? And if we select a one-time order word, we would say it is yesterday. Next, Ella puts her clothes away. Next, Ella puts her clothes away. Is it away or is it next? We need to find the one-time order word in the sentence. Next, Ella puts her clothes away. Is it away or is it next? All right, so if we choose our one-time order word, then we will choose next. So next, Ella puts her clothes away, meaning that before then, Ella provided the laundry, took the laundry from the line, but now they say next, she puts her clothing away. So next. I will wear those shoes. Is it tomorrow or is it where? Tomorrow or where? The one-time order word. And if we were to select the one order word, we select tomorrow. All right, so that is now the first lesson on identify time words, right? Time order words. And we see that when we identify time order words, we said some time order words can help show when things happen. And sometime order words, they tell that something or that a sentence is about either the past, the present, or the future. Right? So now we're going to put the sentences in order. We're going to put the sentences in order. So we can either start by yesterday, today, later on, or you can basically choose your own also. For example, so it says we need to put these in order, right? So we say that it is time order words. It shows when something happens, right? It shows when something happens. And sometimes it is in an order. Like, for example, we can say today, or not even just today, but like first. We can say then. We can say lastly, right? But it is about it in order, right? You can even say yesterday, today, tomorrow, after work, next, soon, right? These are all the words that you can use. All right. So we now need to put sentences in order. Today, I feel a bit better. Yesterday, I felt really sick. After work, I ate chicken soup and rested. So we need to put those sentences in order of how things happened. The first sentence is today I feel a little bit better. The second one is yesterday I felt really sick. And the third one is after work I ate chicken soup and rested. So if we put the sentences in order, right? If we put the sentences in order, we are going to put it in order of first yesterday, right? Because it yesterday, for example. So first yesterday I felt really sick, right? So this person felt very sick the day before. Then after work I ate chicken soup and rested. And then today I feel a little bit better. So that is putting the words in order, right? In the order of how something has happened. First, yesterday, then after work, and now today. So even here with the second one, we need to put the sentences in order. In the past, most women in South Africa, in the United States, work outside their home. Now, most women have them. Then more women started getting jobs. So we need to put the sentences in order. So it's basically in the past, most women in the United States didn't go outside the home. Then more women started getting jobs. Now most women have them. So if we put that in order, right? If we put that in order, right? That is already basically in its order. In the past, women in the United States didn't go to work outside of town or outside of the home. Now, most of them have them. And then no women, or no more women started, then more women started getting jobs because now they see a lot of women are being, always getting jobs outside of their home. All right, now most people live in the cities. In the past, many people lived on farms. Then people started living in cities. So we need to put that in order. And if we put that in order, or that sentences order, right? The time order, words and phrases that can help you is that in the past, remember we first start with in the past and then we move all the way to if they talk about future stuff. So in the past, many people lived on farms. Then people started living in cities. Now most people live in cities because everybody is moving outside of the town and they are making a living in the city. So that is us putting it in order, and that is why we call it put the sentences in order. It is word order. All right, let's go to our test. We need to put the sentences in order. Now, most people live in cities. In the past, many people lived on farms. Then people started living in cities. So we need to put it in order. Is it option one? Now, most people live in cities. Then people started living in cities. And in the past, many people lived on farms. Or is it option two, which is in the past, many people lived on farms. Then people started living in cities. Now most people live in cities. So we need to put it in the order of how these events or things happened, right? All right, so if we put it in the order of the events that took place, then we can say that B is our appropriate answer. All right. Today, I feel a little bit better. Yesterday, I felt really sick. After work, I ate chicken soup and rested. We need to select either option A, or let's say the first option, or the second option, especially when we put it in order. Is it the first one? Yesterday, I felt really sick. After work, I ate chicken soup and rested. And then after work, I ate chicken soup and rested. Sorry, where are we? Today, I feel a little bit better. Or is it the second one? Yesterday, I felt really sick. Today, I feel a little bit better. And lastly, after work, I ate chicken soup and rested. So we now need to put these sentences in order. So if we were to put this in order, then we're going to choose A. Or not even A, but the first option. Because it says, yesterday I felt really sick. After work, I ate chicken soup and rested. Today, I feel a little bit better. So we selected our first option. So in this case, we also need to put the words in order or the sentences in order, right? In the past, most women in the United States didn't work outside the home. Now, most women have them. Then more women started getting jobs, right? So we need to choose the correct option, right, of the order of the sentences. So is the first one, which is in the past, most women in the United States didn't work outside of the home. Then more women started getting jobs. Now most women have them. Or is it then more women started getting jobs? In the past, most women in the United States didn't go work, and now, pardon, most women have them. So which means that we are going with the first option, which is in the past. Because remember, we start with in the past, and then we're moving on to now, and then we're moving on to the future. All right. Then lastly, we're going to put this one in order. The first time I saw a bat, I was afraid of it. Now I even like it. After a while, though, bats didn't scare me. So we need to choose between the two options by putting the sentences in order. Is it the first one? After a while, though, bats didn't scare me. The first time I saw a bat, I was afraid of it. Now I even like bats. Or is it the second one? The first time I saw a bat, I was afraid of it. After a while, though, bats didn't scare me. We need to put these sentences in order by choosing the correct option. All right. Let's choose the second option. And the second option is the first time I saw a bat, I was afraid of it. After a while, though, bats didn't scare me. All right. All right. So that is basically time and order. And we say time and words, right? It is where it can show, or it can basically help show when things happen in its order, right? Either in the past, then the now, then the future. Or we can say firstly, then, secondly, thereafter, right? Because the time and order words, it helps to show when things happened, right? In its order. So some order words, they tell that the sentence is either about the past, right? They tell us about the present, which is now, or they tell us about the future, which will be, right? So now if we go to our this page in front of you. So time and order words, we see the time and order words that tell the order in which events happen, right? We said it tells us when events happen, whether it is first, then, second, last, third, fourth, and so on, right? So time order words can either tell us tomorrow, soon, first, next, and then, right? So these are but a few words that they can use in order to show which events happen and when. So now we need to choose the time order words right from the box. And then we need to fill it in on the worksheet 1 to 10. So the words that we have is later, then, after, now, yesterday, one day, as soon as, shortly, last weekend, first. We need to put those words next to its correct sentence or sentences. All right, so we're going to start. We finished ranking the yard. We went swimming. So is it later we finished raking the yard, we went swimming, or then, or after, or yesterday, one day, or now, as soon as, shortly, last weekend, first? So we need to choose one of the words. Sorry. So we can either say, after we finish raking the yard, we went swimming, or we can say as soon as we finish raking the yard, we went swimming. So there's two different words that you can use, which is either after we finished raking the yard, we went swimming, or as soon as we finished raking the yard, we went swimming. Then it says, I plan to take a trip to Disneyland. So maybe it is one day. I plan to take a trip to Disneyland. One day. What a wonderful pet you have. So, what a lovely pet you have is it? What a lovely pet you have later? What a lovely pet you have then? What a lovely pet you have after? What a lovely pet you have now? What a lovely pet you have yesterday, one day, as soon as, shortly, last week, or so we can say, what a wonderful pet you have now. I will pack my things for our vacation. I will pack our things for, or my things for our vacation. So we can maybe say later. I will pack my things for our vacation. The children ate lunch. They went outside for recess. So we need to choose the time and order words within those sentences. So, the children ate lunch. They went outside for recess. So we can say after the children ate lunch, they went outside for recess. And then we have my mother surprised me with a new dress. We can even say yesterday. My mother surprised me with a new dress. I made up my bed before I go downstairs. And then I comb my hair and then I brush my teeth. My friends will join me for a ride. Maybe we can say shortly. So these are And also, my family went to see the great movie. So we can either say yesterday, actually, you can choose any time order word to put in that sentence as long as it is correct. Right? So that is but let's say a few of the words that we not did together. But when it comes to time order words, right, you basically just put in the specific word that shows when or what some or when or what's when something is happening. Sorry, right? And we can use words like first or firstly, last or lastly, or finally, one day, shortly, and so on, right? Because time and order words, it shows us or it tells us. It tells us when the event is happening. So when something is happening in its time and order, right? Whether it is today, tomorrow, yesterday, now, soon, later, last week, yesterday, shortly, then, as soon as one day, and first, right? So that is time and order words. All right. So now we're going to go to our aplusclasses.ca. So you're going to log in now to aplusclasses.ca. So once you've gone into the aplusstudents.ca, not the aplusstudents, once we go to the aplusclasses.ca, we go to the learning materials. Let's go to reading. And we're going to scroll right down up until we get to these 4 purple boxes. And we are going to click on Read Along Audiobook Level 1. All right, so once we are by audiobook level 1, we're going to choose Are you ready for school? Right, so you're going to listen up because this is an audio reading. All right, so that is our reading page. is our reading piece, or it's an audio reader of Are You Ready for School? And also when it comes to Are You Ready for School, there is an order you need to follow, right? Because if it's going to be back to school, you're going to have to follow the order and the routine now of waking up, getting ready for school, having breakfast, and then on your way to, right? So that is now the end of our lesson on time and order words. Grade 2. Thank you very much for being our class, and you should have an amazing evening further. Goodbye.